Take a leader.
No counters.
Draw one. And no combo. Okay, it's your go.
That's pretty screwed. I'll activate Shenron's effect and draw a card. Alright. Swing at you later.
I'm going to block.
Okay. Combo up. Yeah, that'll be it. 25.
25. Okay, 25. I will let you like that's come 2 cards. I'll let him die.
And I'll pass.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to jump out of the discard. You're in the discard, right?
Yeah, I'll put this
Yeah.
one. Now.
Yeah. I'll stick a comment in the thingy so that people know.
I will attack your leader.
No counters.
I draw a card. No combos. Okay. Okay. Now I'll attack your leader.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okie dokie. I will. So you are 4 cards in hand. I'll play 1, 2. Play this one. And I'll attack. Go on.
No counters.
No combos, just 25.
25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably, yeah. I think he said he had a little tinker with it, didn't he? But
No sense of being it.
Okay. I'll attack Gohan again.
No counters.
Go to 30 and drop the card.
You just sticking at 30?
You dropped the card already, right?
Yeah.
Dan, you're the boo expert.
Okay, so he's at 20 now.
Michael asking me about a play that Sandy made when he got the boot up. I didn't quite catch full lot because I was answering the call from you and that at that point as well, but he had the 3-drop out, and then as far as I'm aware, he evolved into the 5-drop because he only had 3 energy, so he tapped 2.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Okay, yeah.
I've got no choice.
Yeah.
You will swing at your 18.
No negates.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you get the Gohan and the Blue Boo under though? Yeah.
No combo. So yeah, I'm just gonna go. Actually, you're 20, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She loses 5 but gains 5.
Yeah. So she's still 20. I'd rather you drop it.
Okay, so I'll drop this one.
Yeah, no. The main question I'm asking though is how did you get the Gohan and the Boo under at the same time from the 5-drop? Oh, you whiff, yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, was that the thing that you grabbed?
I didn't grab anything. I had nothing.
Okay.
I have nothing in the deck to grab.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna activate Shenron. I think I'm gonna activate Shenron's effect.
What does it do? 10,000?
Yeah, because I was just answering the calls and that from you, and I tried explaining it quick on Messenger while I was watching the stream, because obviously the stream weren't up at that point,
Yeah,
and
you know what? I'm gonna do that, because...
I was just having brain aneurysms.
So, actually... Fuck, man, I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah, this is still game 1, this, so shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's not looking good for Shenron.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's just... Alright. He's gonna swing at your 18.
So he's a 35.
I think he's took up. He's
35 triple attack.
Triple attack, single strike.
Yeah.
He's changed his build as well, hasn't he? From what we saw, Sandy, from what we saw in post on Thingy, because he's got none of the big blue, has he?
Swing
the EX.
17.
No negates.
No combo.
It's dead.
And then... I think I'm just gonna end it there.
Bad ring laser. Bad laser ring. That just sounds like a cheap thing you'll get on Blackpool for like a 2p machine. But yeah, he was running the 7-drop initially, weren't he? In his testing anyway, from what he posted in the discussion group.
Okay. At 5. I'm going to attack go 1.
Yeah, no counters.
I draw a card. Yeah, no combo, just a 15.
Yep.
Now, 2, 3.
Yeah, guys, in the chat again, you can choose to fail union. So if you've got the 5 drop out, where it says place 1 battle card under your hand, then choose up to 1 margin boost. So you can choose no margin boost after you place card, and then you can activate Union's Orb again.
Shit. I won't charge.
Okay.
I do think the burst attack's great versus Cell Chain.
And a pass.
If you have only 3 left,
Damn, look at what's come out.
this card kills your opponent, battle card inflict 2 damage. Okay. Draw.
Do you know one big weakness I have noticed with Shenron is if you've not killed him after the Dragonballs, you're screwed. Because, I mean, you have to flip over, so you haven't even got like a draw 1 or anything like that, have you? You're stuck there with just a blank card, basically.
6 cards in there. Do this. Okay, I think if you have fun, this card kills a battle card inflict 2 damage. Okay. I'm still thinking if I'm charging or not.
Oh yeah, you can actually get the 5 full attacks if you do it that way, can't you?
Okay. Let me do it like this. Play this one and kill your dudes.
No. I'm just gonna scoop. There's no.
I don't know, I'd just stick that Methuda straight on the bin.
Yeah, that's game.
Yeah, you save the triple attack, I suppose, don't you?
Yeah, that's game, man.
But at the same time,
sideboard.
at the same time, your turn's still shut down. Isn't it? It's amazing how one card can just shut a person's entire turn down, isn't it? I'd say it's worse than a Flying Nimbus, mate. You always get your counters at the right time.
Let's try like this. Yes.
If he's not running the 7 drops in air, what's his actual intentional end game?
To be honest, I think there's only one thing I want to.
Yeah. Yeah, but you draw. Yeah, but you draw him with this as well, aren't you?
Sorry, just.
It's okay, sir.
Well, I'm presuming that's his plan. Is whatever he draws, he combos into it. Because you can do.
Oh no, have I been muted this entire time? That is devastating.
Yeah, Dan's been muted the entire time, I'm guessing, guys, if you can't hear him.
Oh, I've been explaining everything.
Again.
Muted, and
Again.
I've messed it up. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm actually useless.
I guess I'll
I'm
go first
the
again.
worst person.
Okay.
I think people just think I've gone insane these days, considering you keep muting yourself. Just pretending I've got a co-host. I'm going to have a live cam at some point, and it'll just be a sock puppet.
Yeah, so I'll quickly explain what I've been talking about then for the last few minutes, alright? So, with this Boo Hand deck, the 7-drop's pretty important, but what I like to do with it, if I'm running the 7-drop, because I'm a big fan of Boo as well, I've been trying to make it work for quite a while. With this set, what I've been doing with the Dragonballs is you obviously go into the free drop, you can Child Wish it out and all of that, but when you want to go for the triple attack, rather than giving it to the blue drop, what I've liked doing is giving it to Grand Evil Absorption with the, I'll put like the BCC Go hand underneath, you know, the one which gives you either double strike for the turn or you get to draw a card. So you swing with the dual attack, and you stick on double strike. You untap him, you give him triple attack, you swing 3 more times, and you give him, he keeps the double strike for the turn, you get to draw 3 more cards, you can combo on top of that, because obviously you're swinging with like a 40k double strike right now, and you can kind of gauge off the first attack whether they want a Mafuba or not, you're putting that pressure on. Then you go into the EX Evolve, which obviously untaps, he untaps off of that as well, so you're getting like 5 attacks in off of that there. You get the initial one off the dual attack, you get 3 more swings, you can then EX Evolve, usually you've got 2 blues, so you can do it again as well off the draws that you've got, so it can be pretty devastating. If you obviously hit that sweet combo. I mean, it's nice to obviously give triple attack to the big blue guy.
I think he's making mistakes searching for the Dragon Balls early, man. And using them.
Yeah, I feel like you want to drop them with Cell, right? I guess, like, if you're getting hit with hand destruction, you could just drop them rather than drop them.
Yeah, either drop them or just not choose not to search for them, or maybe search for 2 on your first turn. You know, so you can look through your life and that, because you might as well pull the ones out of your life, and do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
No combos.
Or do you leave the ones in your life and just hope you take them as damage? Saying that
So,
if
yeah.
it ends up as your last card, it's a bit.
Yeah, it does get risky for that.
But yeah, I don't know. I'd be tempted to leave them in deck, me, and
Oh, can you have a look at
I didn't see the
Mr. Popo's posted a deck listed, but I can't view it on my phone if I click on it. I've got no battery left.
it won't let me click the link either. It's not come up as a hot link. It's just come up as a typey type. God, Mr. Popo.
Yeah, but mainly, to be honest, with the Shenbuu Boo Hand build, I've been trying it without Boo Hand, to be honest. It gives me a lot more options for other cards that I can play. I just use the 5-drop and the Tournament of Power one, and into the 4, I've just got 4 of the 7 drops, which you can kind of rotate. I tried splashing yellow into it, but it's really awkward with Boo, because obviously you're running kind of red and a bit of blue, so then splashing yellow and black on top of that gets a bit awkward. Yeah, sorry, I can't do it on my phone, mate. It's all because I've got.
Yeah, it's not letting me copy any of the chat either on my tablet for some reason.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm a big Boo Hand fan. I got a Boo mat, and I've been playing it with. I played it with the Super Saiyan 3. I played it with just the original Boo Leader. Played it with the Vegeta Ultimate Box one as well. It's good. Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I like the Ultimate Box Vegeta one as well. I'd love to compare lists with you. I'll show you mine later on. Remind me before we end the stream to send me my one. You can have a look and we can compare.
I think the only like moderate success you can have with the Boo Gold really was Super Saiyan 3, but at the same time anything works with Super Saiyan 3, didn't it?
Yeah. It was
I suppose the purple
Vegeta as well. You could do some fancy stuff with that. I just found the early game was too slow against because by the point that we obviously got hold of those cards, or I was able to get hold of them, we started having Storm coming in, and like everybody at our locals was either playing Storm or some kind of crazy aggro, and I just struggled against that. I didn't have time to pick it up and learn it.
Yeah, I suppose with Ult Vegeta though, you get that option of charging your Boos early game and switching them out, don't you?
Yeah.
So you're not stuck with that 7-drop in there going, oh shit.
I had the one time I played
But
with the
obviously.
locals, and I had 3 of my 7-drops in life, and I discarded my first one from hand to untap 2 energy with Super Saiyan 3. That was devastating. When I realised and I looked through it, I was like, I didn't have the 7-drop. I was like, well, this is going well for me.
I think you played a similar game against me once where you just ended up losing them all.
Yeah.
I think you flipped 2 off your life once on using Super Saiyan 3. And then I don't remember what happened to your other one, but I know you went through your deck at one point on a search and just went, well.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank the Lord.
Yeah, it sucks when that happens.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think, if I
Hmm.
remember right, it's been a while since I had a look. If we're talking about the Ultimate Box one, I think I ran 3 of the
Yeah.
Crit Boo.
Oh, that
Sorry,
guy.
3 of the Crit Gohan, 3 of the
yeah, no counters.
No
BCC,
combos.
and then 2 Miraculous Comeback. I know that's a lot of Gohans, though. I ended up playing about with the numbers a little bit. I think I actually removed
Okay.
the
Cover.
this card here for a little bit.
No counters.
Thinking about it though, it is ridiculous how many good Gohans have been.
Yeah, minus kill zone.
Hmm.
Stops the stops you getting either Crushableed or Cold Bloodlusted.
No combos.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
Null
Now
Zone.
just play
I know minus kill zone, I've not
three,
seen
because
Null
there's
Zone.
only 18 already, the leader.
Yeah.
And your turn.
Alright.
What kind of one?
Alright.
No, yeah, Malice, I think you're thinking of minus kill zone.
I'll
Yeah, I want
activate my
total on it.
leader's
That's
effect.
discard free, stops counter plays.
Yeah, it's a hard yellow counter minus kill zone. It can be devastating. Ask Dan watch me play against a freezer deck, and I played minus kill zone.
No, I played against the Golden Freezer, and I was playing androids that day, and it was glorious on game 2, where I just dropped it down and then ripped out 14 cards from his hand. Just watched his life drain from his eyes. Felt really bad actually after that, because we hadn't really seen him at Fanboy ever before, but he was not happy.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call
He's
it.
never been back since.
Yeah, he hasn't been back actually. He
Uses
didn't speak
effect
to me for the
for
rest of the day after
Child's
that.
Okay.
Shook my hand begrudgingly, and then kind of didn't know what happened to him after that. Yeah, now we can evolve. He wants to give this barrier this turn. I wouldn't go all the way. I mean, he could do actually.
He went all the-
I'm actually gonna fail the search on.
He went all the way last time.
Okay.
Saying that, do you just go all the way to drain your hand at this point? Get as much as you can out of your hand.
Could do. He definitely wants to give it barrier and have a look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's already had a look, didn't he, off the free drop? Yeah. So don't put anything under now. You wait.
Fail the search.
Yep.
Use Union Absorb again.
With the Gohan, probably MCU, I imagine. Oh no, it's going for this one. Yeah, that's fine. I thought we could maybe take some life off with that. But he's got the blue active, so we could do some crazy stuff here. The problem is he can't draw with this now for a little bit.
No, but it's got barrier, so he can just leave it active and pass turn now. He's got it out, and then...
Well, you can attack active cards, so you can kill the blocker.
Swing at your leader.
You could kill
Oh, he's got dual attack anyway, hasn't he? So
Yeah, you could swing with the
I
blocker.
think he expected the blocker there, didn't he?
Yeah, you slap the blocker down.
I'm going to...
Oof.
Oh!
It's the sideboard.
And revenge doesn't target either, does it?
Nope. That's dead.
I shouldn't be laughing, but...
What happens is he gets everything on the card, right? Let me show you the card. So when you choose a Gohan, you get all of its skills from underneath. You get the autos, the crits, everything. You can even turn Boo into a super combo now, which is really funny. Obviously, he kind of like that'd be really pointless to do, but you can do it if you really wanted to.
Desperation when you're going in with lead.
Oh, bloody hell, opening our stuff by mistake.
Maybe there's a big ammo on the field and your opponent's got 1 life, Dan. So swing with lead. Obviously, you couldn't be running Shenron, but...
Yeah. Oh yeah, Big Ammo's going to shut Shenron down, isn't it? If you get 2 of them on the field, you can't attack with bloody anything then, can you?
Yeah. I feel like that's gone underlined, you know that.
No counters.
Dan, you've just made me want to try that. Oh.
I know, that's going to be spicy for anti-Shenron, man, if Janemba, if they find a counter to, Janemba.
Because he's at 10,
Start playing Big Ammo and just block out everything from happening. Like, they can't actually do anything the moment you get 2 out.
You could get them both out in one turn, you know, as well.
Yeah, Child's Wish if you play your Shenmue on yourself.
Yeah.
Not Child's Wish.
Well,
Sorry,
it's not chat.
World Peace,
Yeah.
Yeah, you play one, then free cast World Peace.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go Bergamos.
Yeah.
You just hope
Yes,
they don't
I'll
run
come
with
with this one.
Get rid of one.
250.
Then once you get the third out,
Oh, yeah,
it's done after that.
Mr. Popo is technically right, Mike. But yeah, it is a bit rule sharky. Mr. Popo was just saying if you don't say I copy Gohan, then you can't attack active.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Yes, exactly. You can only copy one at a time, but you can take multiple if you want.
Yeah, you'd have to specify which Gohan you're using, which
Yeah.
pretty sure most people would. If not, that is then when you just turn around to your opponent and say, right, yeah, mate. I don't know. If a player only had one Gohan under, I wouldn't bitch about it with them, would you, Dan? But if they had two, then
Yeah, you have to be specific.
You know, like if they had to draw one in and then they swung at lead and they had the miraculous comeback under it, and then I used a blocker, and then suddenly, you know, they're trying to say that they were using miraculous comeback, you know, when they've been swinging at lead.
Yeah, it's too
that's
late.
when I'd be like,
Actually,
yeah,
no, you didn't do it.
Nope.
yeah, that's when I'd just be like, well, no, I don't believe you.
It's the first thing I do every time when I play Buuhan is make sure I say, take the Gohan skill.
Okay.
In terms of real sharking, I suppose it depends how much you like the person you're playing. If they're an arsehole, go for it.
Yeah.
That's my life opinion on it. Sometimes people need sharking, though, don't they, Dan?
They really do, sometimes, yeah.
Them shady players.
I've seen some dodgy players recently. That's... Not on here. Nobody on here. Everybody's been fine on here. So people trying to cheese me out on energy recently. Trying to do stuff for free that isn't free. It's like, oi! Or putting things down in the wrong order. Like that guy yesterday that I was playing as well that did not, like, try to play Bean against me before he even, like, let me negate the attack. So he could do
And then tried awakening after an attack.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, mate? Hang on. You know what, Mike? That's exactly what I was talking about there. I just didn't want to mention it. Yeah, there are people who cannot play swap correctly, even though it's written on the card.
Yeah, sometimes when people keep doing that, I think sometimes you do need to put your foot down and just be a bitch with them once, because then they'll never do it again.
Like, I don't mind specifically with that too much, like if I'm not playing something which would counter that anyway, it's when they're then doing stuff very, very quickly with swap and forgetting to do stuff. Like, I noticed some players will swap really frequently, like back to back, but then like they're not tapping the energy in time, and I've had some people where it's been like, no, you need to tap like 3 for that, and they will go, oh yeah, when they're trying to then play energy for something else. It's like,
you know what?
You need to slow down a little bit there, man. I think you're trying to do something dodgy.
Okay.
If you think they're going too fast, Dan, what you do is you pick up a card every time you play a card and read it, even if you've just read it.
Going to charge.
That forces them to slow down then.
That is true, yeah. Like when I first
Cards in your hand.
because I took that little break over the summer where I couldn't get down to play very much for about a month. And when I came back and all of a sudden swap was everywhere, and everybody was, some people were playing it ridiculously quick, where I was like, mate, give me a chance to see what's going on here. I wasn't really invested in swap at that point.
I think the issue is swap's too easy to cheat with, because it becomes a game of solitaire around turn 2, 3. It's so easy to lose your attention span with it.
Yeah, it really is. There's so much to keep track of with picking up, putting stuff down in the right order, making sure you're tapping energy for the pickup and stuff like that. It can get really confusing, especially if you're not like a player that follows everything.
Exactly, a turn can last 15 minutes as well, so you know it is pretty easy to zone out. Like there was that whole thing, weren't there, a few weeks ago in America where people were claiming, I can't remember who the player was, but he was doing swap, but he wasn't paying the cost on swap, you know, for the E2 cost. You know, the one where it costs you 2 to swap into like a cost 4 or something like that.
Just 15.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of rumours going around that multiple times he was trying to do it, and multiple times he probably got away with it, etc. And you know, it is possible if they're swapping fast enough.
So you are playing those.
But I think that's why it specifies on the card that you play the card first and then return the initial card. I think that's designed as a concept so that your opponent can actually clearly see,
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
you know,
just
what's
seeing-
going on.
Luke's just asking me what he's doing tonight because he thinks he's
Okay,
down
I'm
for a
going
match.
to.
Yeah, he's down for 1 at 8, isn't he?
No
He's doing
counters.
full slash.
Just to throw. Yeah, I don't want to do anything else. Yeah.
I've always wanted to see how a magician would do at card games.
Yeah.
And now.
They do some fancy.
Throwing androids out from under the sleeves.
You know what?
Or better yet, just using magic as a distraction, so, you know, they're there whipping out the cards on swap, meanwhile there's a handkerchief coming out their ear.
Pulls a
Keep
rabbit
track
out
of
the
that.
do a search.
Yeah. Pick a card, any card. Oh, it's the 2 of clubs, mate, you're disqualified. It's not a legal card.
DQ.
I'm going to activate Shenron's effect to play a Child's Wish.
He's gonna grab the free drop.
I
Boo.
will play Gohan.
No, it's not. So how many? Let's see how many boosts he's played.
And then,
He's got 1 7-drop there, 1 on deck. Yeah, I always wouldn't have enough to do that.
yeah,
anyway,
I'll
looking
swing at you later.
at Derping out.
Swing at my leader.
Yeah, mate, you can't swap a Bardock into a Bardock. You can swap a Bardock out for nothing, which is what you tell your opponent they've done if they don't play the Goten down before they swap
no
into the
combos.
Bardock.
15.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And then when they cry, you just say, sucks to be you. Well, no, because the thing is swapping for nothing's a legal play, isn't it, Dan?
It is.
Ooh,
Oh!
Spicy.
Boss. Swing at here.
The android, I guess, and just rip the hand because he's gonna block
I
with
need to
Krillin.
try and get some advantage back with swinging him.
Yeah.
Okay, so for that one, I will.
Let's have a look at this card for everybody on stream. So when this card attacks, your opponent reveals their hand, so he's gonna get to
So
have a
this
look, and
is.
he's get to choose 4 battle cards from
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta reveal
So
your
can
hand.
rip those
and I'll
super
take
combos
4
out,
cards
which
and
would
combo
hurt
with
him in a minute.
I'm just thinking if. I can still use Krillin to block, right?
After the auto.
Yeah.
It's like the only Dark Overrealm card that actually gets used, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's the perfect number, having Overrealm 7 and then I'm releasing Dragonballs for 7. Oh, that's a nice rip.
Alright, I'll
That is a
definitely
beautiful
take
rip. The 2
your
18s and 2 super combos.
combo. I'll take both Android 18s. And I'll
The
take
combos with the super combo, they've got a discard card as well, right?
No, it's not a green leader that he's got. He's not got a green android.
Alright, yeah.
It's just that you're Dreadful Duo 17. So,
Yeah. Oh,
He gets the. Oh no, he doesn't get that because he's Dark Overwhelmed. That's a shame.
I think you draw a card from.
Bruno choosing to block on that.
I think you draw a card from my super combo. Oh no,
No,
because you
it's
don't
not
have that.
green.
Five.
um,
No,
Oh,
it's not
okay,
what's
okay,
marking.
okay.
yeah, I'm not green either.
Okay,
Oh,
Doesn't.
yeah, so you can
no,
just
it
throw
doesn't
all
need to
those
be green.
and draw.
okay.
Yeah, you can play the negate before the auto triggers, but the
You
auto
can-
still
you can
resolves.
Well,
consider
yeah,
He can negate
yeah.
it, but he's still gonna rip 4 cards either way. They just go straight
Yeah,
to
it's
the top area.
It's been FAQ'd that, Mike. The auto still triggers. To get that out, though, he's
40,000.
missed his chance, I need to use the Dragon Balls now, right? He's
Yeah,
walked
he can't use them now. Yeah, they have to be in drop for them to be removed. So he now cannot
But
give anything to remove.
his Shenron does get to stay at 15 now, doesn't it?
Yes. So he still gets his other effects.
This is
Fair payoff, I suppose.
I wouldn't say
I'm
auto.
going to
Yeah,
take
it'll be auto
one.
resolves, wouldn't it? So yeah, it
No
still
counters.
happens.
no combos, just 15 to.
Yeah.
15.
That's why it does it, Mike, because the auto's gone into pending.
You know what? That's fine.
I'm gonna have to check Discord real quick, guys. So I need to alert Sam to what's happening.
No.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, Dan.
Whoa.
We're ready. We'll be ready to stream a game very shortly. This one's just finishing off here, and then we'll be on.
It's alright, we're just doing some warm-up games.
Alright, guys. I'll let you know as soon as we're ready. Sorry for this slight delay.
It's alright.
I'll be in the other room real quick. I'll pop through as soon as we're ready.
That's fine, cheers.
No counters.
Cool. They're good with it.
No combos.
Sweet. Did you move yourself back into the other room?
Yeah, I'm in the other room, and I muted myself. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you're at 10. Why did I do that? Let me put that back in my life points and shuffle.
Okay.
Alright, yep.
Both players are in a bit of a precarious position now, aren't they?
They are. I've just had a lot of key cards
Like
ripped
this
out
one
of
to kill the Migra.
druids. Oh, nice. That top deck though, drawing that. That's beautiful.
Okay.
Now Bruno's fine.
Yeah, Bruno's absolutely sorted.
He's got 2 negates in hand, as we saw, and a
I don't
7
think
drop.
we see another boo. Let's have a look. We've got in the warp.
Yeah,
We've got one. Oh, we already got one 7 drop.
Bruno just choosing to pass. I suppose he's under the impression he can get game next turn, and I mean,
yeah, you don't really want
he's
to
got a
give
blocker.
too much away, do you, at this point? If you give him more cards to play with, because like he knows he's playing a union deck, so he needs a few pieces
draw
there.
card.
Okay.
He's gonna need the 3 drop. He needs a 5 drop, unless he hardcasts the 5 drop. But even then, it's like he still needs a 4 drop to give it barrier. Yeah, we're gonna see a hardcast 5 drop.
Yep.
I'm gonna use Union Absorb
Yep.
for him. Fail the search.
And then crit Gohan.
I'm gonna use Union Absorb again for him.
It's such a shame. There's no way to get the Demigra out, is there?
No, not now.
Oh, had one left.
No, I just mean and then give it the triple, because it's obviously cost 10, innit?
And I'm gonna activate his main.
You know, to activate Shenron on top of the Demigra.
Okay.
Or am I being blind? Is there a way?
Well, let's get Demigra back.
No, to get it out and then to be able to, if you have the Dragon Balls in your discard, activate Shenron.
No, there's no way to get the Dragon Balls back.
No, I mean if you didn't play it like you did.
Oh, we can do both.
Yeah.
No, because Demigra puts them into Overwhelm. If he does
you'd have
remove from the game, it's like one or the other.
You'd have to have 10 energy, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you want to world piece it.
Negates.
Yeah.
And let me
That
see.
sucks. God, why is this game so balanced?
No negates.
Okay.
I was just thinking if I was going to block or not.
Give it one more set, Dan. A desire card will come out.
Yeah, you
won't
can block if you want.
Yeah.
What, summon a 10 drop?
Just thinking if I'm gonna do that or not.
Yeah. Better yet, 10 drop or more, and then boom.
No, I'm okay.
Beerus. Not Beerus, Wiz. Set 1 Wiz. Oosh. It's like the only 12 drop in it, right?
There's a few other 12 drops. You're right, Ollie.
Actually, no, I'll block.
Okay, in that case, no combo.
Hang on a sec, gotta go see what Ollie
Nah,
wants.
it's dead.
What do you want?
And I'm gonna swing Sap.
Mike, the Demigra got killed by the blocker
I'm gonna use this, but I'm gonna
17
take the life.
Okay, yeah.
when that came out.
Alright. Pass.
Did you draw the 2
What 2?
from the 1?
Oh no, I didn't. Thank you for that. You could have let me misplay that.
Ah, no problem. It's not a maze, is it? Yeah, you have to draw it. Okay, so now it's me. I draw.
I don't even know. That was crazy. Alright, where we at? Bruno's turn. What did Boo do?
Yeah.
Oh, he's dropped him to 4 though, right? Or was he
Damn.
already at 4? Oh, he's sparking. He's sparking.
This
Yeah.
one.
He got told
No,
no,
attack.
basically, Boo. Blocker stopped
you're
one, and then negate stopped one.
Yeah, no counter. So I dropped 2, right?
Yeah.
And I think this will be the turn where it's all she wrote.
It's got dual attack, doesn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because obviously
Um,
swing,
So it's 20 to 15.
definitely got 10 back, yeah,
Go
10.
to
So he's going to
25.
lose 2 cards from his hand.
Okay.
I don't think Luke's gonna be able to judge. Just send me a picture where he's updating his PC.
I'm not gonna put that. Yeah, I'm not gonna put that on my leader. I'm gonna put that on.
Okay.
The same.
Okay, so he's now at 40.
Luke, if you're watching, I do not have time for tech advice, mate.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You know what? Yeah.
I've got 2 games.
I think I've lost this either way.
Sorry, man.
If you can do that, you can put it on your leader if you want.
Yeah, no, but even then,
Don't turn it off
I can't combo
mid-update.
up,
Do
so
not do that.
Okay, so you
just
take
one.
one.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yep. I'd have to discard it anyway.
That's how you kill computers.
So now you're at
Not what you wanna do.
3.
This update, gonna turn it off. No,
Um,
no, it says don't do that.
3.
It's like the one time you listen to it and you don't.
So I take first with
I had a
this.
panic attack once because we had a power cut
Yeah,
during a
I took a
PlayStation update.
Alright, yep, that's game.
Ooh,
There's no way I
that's
can
rough.
come back.
Yeah.
Always
Then I
fine,
would
always fine, luckily,
take
but,
with-
you know, it tells you in big letters, doesn't it? You
would
will
go
lose
with that,
data.
'cause
Yeah.
There's no way I could block the critical. That would have been
Yeah.
game.
To be honest, PlayStations are really bad for that. You know, being able to turn them off properly.
Mm.
Like, you
To
think
be
you've
honest,
turned
I
it
thought-
off
I
and
thought
you've
the
not, because then if you
matchup was
unplug it
just
next time you
worse,
plug it in, it
but-
goes, warning, you did not
Yeah,
It
it
wasn't
was.
turn
as
it off
bad.
properly.
Yeah,
It's just 'cause I got lucky and I kept getting
Shouting
those
at you.
attacks
It's
on
like,
Shenbuu, so-
well, mate, I clicked turn off.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
It was very close.
Right, I'm gonna drop out of this and get
Oh,
ready
I
for
was
the
really
next one.
bummed when you got rid of my demigod with your
No
animals.
worries.
That's
Yeah.
so solid.
Let me
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
Sam.
And this one would do it too. The deck now has like a ton of.
I think this is
Like,
game here anyway,
This
isn't it?
one,
Did a
this
scoop, didn't
one.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Showing hands and that.
if it
And
doesn't have.
Hello, gentlemen.
So I'm gonna activate.
Hello, gentlemen. We are ready.
Oh, hello. Right, should we leave this and then join in? Jump in?
Yeah, I'll call it a win for me.
Alright, yeah, cool. The game is over. Right, are you set? Do you want me to set the room up, or are you alright to set the room up?
I'll set it up.
Cool.
Sorry, who's playing? We've got Sam and
Johnny.
Johnny.
Although every single bit of documentation spelled my name wrong.
I was just working that out as well because I remember now when you said Johnny, I was like, wait, he's spelling. I'm gonna have a look.
He's the one with the weird spelling.
Ah, yeah. No H.
Right. And also fan.
Also, ask him
That's what
why
I
his
thought
last
about
name
that.
on the thing's
Yeah,
Ainsley, but
fan.
on Facebook it's Robinson.
Hang on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna snipe it. I'm gonna snipe it.
Nice. I'm in.
Alright.
How are you guys doing anyway? You both alright?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad
Nice.
at all. Right.
I'm ready to crash out.
Nice. So, Jonathan, you've not obviously done this before. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have myself muted while I stream. If you need any help, just shout for Dan, and I will appear. I'll unmute myself, and I can help you out with anything. I'm sure you guys will be absolutely fine, but obviously if you need anything, just give us a shout.
Okie dokie. Cheers.
Alright, you guys have a fantastic game. We'll be streaming it in the background.
Cool. Cheers.
Alright, wait. Stream, I'm just going to quickly stop and start it, just so that I've got
I'm
2
going
videos,
first.
so I don't have to edit them
Excellent.
later.
Up front.
So I'm just going to quickly stop and start, so it's just going to go off for 1 sec.
Right, so you can go